In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Peja Stojaković and how he is able to shoot the ball. He was one of the best shooters back when I was a kid, so let's go check him out and see how he was able to shoot the ball and how you can shoot the ball too. Okay, let's get it down. Let's check him out really quickly. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away. But also, if you like the idea of this app, make sure to go check out Coach Lens. That is also down in the description as well. Okay, so while we are checking out his form, watch how he sets his feet. This is one of the most important things that you can do as a player, right here. Now, some players like to be able to go 2 feet down at the exact same time. Peja Stojaković, more times than not, actually went 1, 2 with his footwork. He was a right-handed player, which means that his right foot would have touched the ground last. But look at how his knees are also loaded already, as well as his lower back. You get most of your power from your quads in this case, but also from your lower back. If you engage your lower back more, you will get more power and can shoot from further away. Going from there, when he brings that ball up, it tends to go up the middle of his body, but his elbow seems to be flared as well. His feet also kind of almost tilt inwards too, which is quite interesting, and his knees come together. While he is lifting the ball from gather into his set point, he is extending his lower back first, and then he extends his legs second. This is a little bit different than most players today. Players like Steph Curry extend the lower back and legs at the exact same time, and that actually tends to give you more power, in my opinion. We can also see that Peja Stojaković is able to bring that ball right to the middle of his forehead, and his shoulder and elbow in every clip that you look at will be in line with the rim, and at least a quarter to at least some part of maybe a fifth of the ball is over top of that shoulder, which will allow it to be what I call that shooting triangle, which allows you to have a straight shot. He does have a slight tilt. We can kind of see that right here. Away from the basket is in this direction, and by having that tilt, he is going to be able to get himself, his shoulder and elbow in line with the rim, which is extremely important. Now, it's hard to tell in this clip because it is older, but he does have some pretty darn good rotation, and something that I really do like to look at as well is the angle of drop on this ball. And it tends to be roughly in that 50 degree, 47-ish degree range. In most cases, in other clips, I've seen roughly a 46, 47% drop. But there are a lot of cases where he was up in that 50 degree range. You generally want to be between 42 and 45 degrees, or at least somewhere in that range, and that will allow you to have essentially a more higher percentage shot, because let's say this is the rim. Too low of an angle, that rim looks really small to the ball. Too high of an angle, there's too much gravity, and that will actually give it more power essentially hitting that rim, and it will have a higher chance of bouncing out. I hope that makes sense. That's a very basic science thing that happens when it comes to shooting a ball. Now, what we can also see too is in this clip, he has his eyes on the rim early. This is another very important thing to do when you are shooting the ball. By looking at the rim early, even before you even gather the ball, this is going to allow you to be able to know exactly where the target is and will raise your shooting percentage. We also want to look at the elbows and wrist as well. And now, while the wrist is a lot harder to be able to see in older clips like this one, he does tend to, if we watch very slowly and we go really, really slow, his elbows don't really bend until the last second. Right about there, that's when they start to bend. So he has almost straight arms all the way up. This is not going to take away or add to your shooting percentage. It is just kind of an interesting thing that I've seen with Peja Stojaković. Now, we can actually see on this clip it's actually very clear that we can see in this clip, and that is that ball comes up almost the left side of his body. If we were to zoom in just a little bit, we can see it go up almost that middle / left side of his body, and then it gathers right above his forehead right there, which allows his shoulder and elbow, I know this is not very clear at all, to get in line. That creates the shooting triangle, but these are older clips, so there's going to be a lot of things that I miss in this video. I hope that this video has helped you become a better shooter. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below, and I will see you guys again in my next video.